today on Real Talk with Bobby G, going to talk about these two Texas teams who were discriminated against by their school district, and, the DOJ, Department of Justice, defends the two teams from unlawful discrimination after the Texas school district demand that they cut their locks. Basically, two Texan teams who were targeted by a school district for refusing to cut their locks have gained the support of the U.S. Department of Justice in their ongoing legal battle. At the start of 2019-2020 school year, DeAndre, Arnold, and Kaden Bradford were both students in the Barbers Hill Independent School District when they were told the length of their hair did not adhere to the district's hair policy. As a result, the teens were told to cut their hair in order to continue attending classes at Barbers Hill High School. Both, backed by the support of their mothers, refused to do so and were punished with in-school suspensions. So basically with that being said, this is just another one of those things that, us as black people had to go through for centuries, so far as whites trying to dictate how we present ourselves and everything. They don't really feel, are concerned at all about our background, culture, and history. We have to do things their way. The saying, my way or the highway attitude mentality. So, but the good thing about us as black folks, we are not going for this nonsense anymore, and we're stepping up and we're fighting back. We're not taking it. We're not going to just be like a yes man or yes woman and just following orders like a good girl or a good boy. We're not having that, and and that's what it is right now. We got to continue fighting that good fight. We got to keep fighting the good fight, and it's how you do it. Basically, we're going to continue to stay in the struggle. For what our ancestors been fighting for all these years. Our ancestors been fighting the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Frederick Douglass. Everybody's been fighting for. All we want is equal rights. We're just trying to live our lives, and we also want to, basically, we want our own. We want to be able to build our own economy, and we want to be able to support black businesses, black people. We want our own banks. We want our own schools. We want everything. Right? We want to be able to do us. We can't expect the white culture to teach blacks about black history and anything black because they're not black. They haven't been through what we've been through, so they can't teach us about what we've been through. Only we can teach us what we've been through. So that's really what it boils down to, in my opinion. But so back to what I was talking about. Basically, male students' hair will not extend at any time below the eyebrows or below the earlobes. Male students' hair must not extend below the top of a T-shirt collar or be gathered or worn in a style that would allow the hair to extend below the top T-shirt collar, below the eyebrows, or below the earlobes when let down. Now, Caden's mother, Cindy, says her son has wore his hair in locks since the 6th grade. She said the prior year, his hair length became a concern at school, but he was told that, if he could keep his hair pulled back, he would not be in violation of the policy. DeAndre, who is Caden's cousin, similarly wore his hair styled upwards, where it's not coming down. But it didn't make him exempt from the district's efforts to control how he wore his hair. They said DeAndre's hair can't touch the collar, ears, or in the face. It never really did. He's always had it up, his mother Sandy told local Houston station KIV. But by December 2019, the policy had been updated, restricting hair length when it was not styled upwards. While DeAndre was able to complete his coursework, he was told he would not be allowed to participate in the May graduation ceremony due to his unwillingness to cut his hair. The cousins transferred to a nearby district to finish the school year. So, unfortunately, like I said before, these are a lot of things that, we have to go through and going to be fighting that good fight. So, so basically, I see this all the time. I see, and it's becoming more and more. I see a lot of young blacks wearing their hair in, braids or dreads, with locks, and I see nothing wrong with it at all. Like, everyone's entitled to wear their hair, the way they want. If it's clean, if it's styled, it's not like, if you're clean, you take care of yourself and you're decent, you're not like offending nobody, then to me, like, what's the problem? What is the problem? I basically don't get it. But anyway, but those were the details basically. And I gave you some of my personal opinion about that. I gave you my personal opinion, and also, to me, the moral of the story is basically black man. And see, that's another thing. Before I go there, see, there's no, okay, if you're going to say that about the black men, like the women in school, there's no problem with their hair being down under women hair go down as far as they want to go, no problem. But because you're a man, you're not supposed to have your hair long. Now, if you look back in history, a lot of white men they didn't have locks, but they had long hair. A lot of the guys who was into the rock and roll culture and all that stuff, the guys who were, if you look at, the rock culture, the pop culture, all those white guys, that was the style. They had long hair, but they was into their music. They was musicians, and they was looked up to. There are a lot of people, they were there basically, So, and even some white actually had dreads. I've seen white men with long dreads. So no one ever. I had never heard any talk about that. So if they can do it, and I'm not even going to say it's not their culture because you never know where someone's background lies. So, but it should be no issues at all for a young black man or the black males, period, to have their hair, in locks if they choose to have it that way. So, so that's pretty much, the way I see it, and that's where I'm always going to see it. And, and basically the white people with dreads, they were called hippies back in the days, the weed smoking white people and popping pills and whatever they was doing back then, they was doing it, and it was not an issue. Just look back to the hippie days back in the, I guess the 60s and 70s or something like that, and you'll see that. It's all there. So just go back and, do a little quick research on that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Back when they had Woodstock, that big major concert, back in the days. I think it was upstate New York or something. But yeah, so, there should be no issues with, like I said, black men, doing their thing. But, so with that being said, I'm going to close out by basically saying, I will be back. I will be coming up with some more interesting topics that will be talked about, that lots of people are going to want to speak on and talk about. Very interesting topics will be coming up next week and moving forward. And also, Tuesday nights, I will be on It's Real Talk Radio with Tay Real. I will be there co-hosting with Tay Real this Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on Blog Talk Radio. It's Real Talk Radio with Tay Real and me, Bobby G. So, and this week's topic, Tuesday topic, we're going to talk about basically what's going on, like so far as where we all stand, so far as what's going on with the epidemic, with the pandemic, basically. And we're going to go out where we stand with this, because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of places now where you have to be vaccinated to get in. So, and there's people, they're making the people that's unvaccinated feel guilty. They're really trying to push it where everybody must be vaccinated. And that's a choice, They're trying to take away people's rights. But, I'm not going to speak any more on that, but you'll hear a lot more on that Tuesday if you check out It's Real Talk Radio with Tay Real and Bobby G. Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. It's the mask mandate lifted. Where do you stand, basically? The mask mandate lifted. Where do you stand? So with that being said, and it will be once again 10 p.m. Eastern Time on It's Tay Real Show on Blog Talk Radio. Okay, it's real talk with Tay Real. It's Real Talk Radio, Tay Real. All right, so it's Real Talk Radio with Tay Real, and go to itsrealtalkradio.com, and that's where you will get it. itsrealtalkradio.com. It will come right up Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can call in. You can call in basically on the call-in number for just to let you know, on itsrealtalkradio.com. The call-in number, I'm going to give it to you in a sec. Call-in number is, it will be, you'll call in at 563-999-3434. That's 563-999-3434. All right? It's realtalkradio.com, Tuesday night at 10 p.m. All right? So with that being said, see you next week. Peace.